BMV new and welcome to our first ever Zoom on Spirit Bayou. I'm your host, CJ Denham, and I want to welcome all you. I'm so excited to have our guest on today. We've been talking for a couple of weeks, and this is my first international interview. So I'd like to just go ahead and welcome Nightwatchers Paranormal, and they are actually from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. And that is Pete and Dan, and they are the founders of Nightwatchers. How are you doing, guys?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having us on, CJ. It's awesome. Thank you very much.
I'm so excited to have you guys on and to kind of also learn from you. I've actually been told quite a bit about what you guys do, but I really want to know from you firsthand so everybody can, become fans and go to your channel and subscribe, because I have been watching. You've got 4 seasons. I mean, y'all have got a ton of evidence and really awesome documentaries. And I mean, I've been engrossing myself and watching everything. So tell me a little bit about how y'all got started.
Okay, how we got started. Well, basically, Dan and I have been mates for
27 years.
Yeah, 27 years. So
Wow.
He came to me with the idea, because we're extroverts, we love making fools of ourselves and stuff like that. But he came to me 2 years ago and said, "Hey, Pete, I've got this idea for a YouTube channel. What do you think? You want to do it with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, no dramas, let's give it a crack." So we first started our YouTube channel, and we were doing food videos when we first started, like tasting all the weirdest foods you could possibly find. And then Dan had the idea of saying, "Hey, mate, let's start a paranormal video, do paranormal videos." And from there, basically what happened, we did our first video at Goodna Cemetery in Brisbane. We loved it and decided to change the name to Nightwatchers Paranormal, because we were called Kickback for Kaz from our last names. And then we started doing paranormal from then on in.
Yeah, we just rebranded. We went straight from Kickback for Kaz to Nightwatchers Paranormal Australia, and never looked back.
It's been a ride ever since.
Yeah, we're really starting to make some good traction now. So we're also on other streaming services through Europe as well, and so it's really growing. So.
That is so awesome. So, what made you interested in the paranormal? I mean, was this wasn't just something like on a whim to change from food to paranormal? I mean, did you have any experiences that happened to you when you were younger or growing up?
Me personally, not me personally. My family did. My mum and my brother and my father, they saw an apparition in the same house on separate occasions, and neither of them knew about each other knowing it. And when they all mentioned the same thing, that was like, okay, well, but I was too young. But I've always been intrigued. I've always been interested in it. And I've never actually had anything paranormal happen to me in the past. But yourself?
Me, completely different. I remember the first experience I had with paranormal, I think I was about 12 years old. We lived in this place in Brisbane, in this house, and it was an old type Queenslander home.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just gone to bed. My brother was in the same room. We shared a bedroom. I just slid down on my bed, and I felt these hands come up and grab me on the arms, and I couldn't move. I was terrified the whole night. The next morning I got up, I didn't sleep at all, got up, looked under the bed, and no one was there. So that was my first experience. And I've had a spattering of experiences prior to starting the channel with Dan.
People running up and down the back patio when there was no one there. So,
yeah.
When my son was born.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, a lot of people that get into this and doing this, in this field always have some kind of experience when they're younger. So I was curious if that would have, what happened with you guys. Similar with me, I grew up in, a house that kind of had some weird stuff going on, and I didn't really know. So that's what really intrigued me. And then, here I am now, and, here you are. So, I mean, you have gotten so many people. I mean, you have over 2,000 subscribers right now and growing on your channel. And I mean, 4 seasons, that's a lot of footage. How many investigations do you guys do a month? I mean, you have to be really busy.
Well, actually, we actually only film probably, a bit more now, but it's usually been about once a fortnight. because Pete being a single father, and I'm a father myself, basically we had to fit our schedule. So once a fortnight, and with me working, I do night work, I do security. So basically we had to fit it in with the availability. So we were doing it once a fortnight, and then we were trying to do a few live videos in between and things like that. But yeah, we've had a lot of content that we've put up. Yeah, this is our 4th season. We're just starting. It's about to put our first episode up this week.
Yeah, I have to admit, lately it's a lot of stuff because we also do. We're associated with Zinc FM here on the Sunshine Coast, local radio station. So we go in and we're part of the breakfast crew there with them. We go in and talk about our investigations.
Yeah, there's a segment.
We do a podcast with them as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, a lot of working parts that we find with the channel now. It's anyone that wants to start a channel, it's hard work. That first year is a killer.
Yeah, because you've got to get the to be able to monetize, you've got to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, which is 240,000 minutes of watch time
in 12 months.
Within that 12-month period. So, and then they review it, and then they see your growth, and then they accept you into the Google Partner Program. So we're in. We're finally in there. It was a hard jacket. Hard work.
Well, congratulations. I mean, I'm in that 12-month period now. You know, I really just started with Para X in last September. So I'm still working on my year with them, and everybody has been telling me, you know, start your YouTube, but it's not as easy as everyone thinks it is. I mean, there's a lot to it. And I mean, it's kind of frustrating because my background is nursing. I'm a nurse. So, you know, when I started doing all of this kind of stuff, I mean, I'm learning from, you know, the ground up, like I'm having to teach myself everything. But you're right. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot more than a lot of people really realize getting started. So I mean, kudos to you guys, because y'all have just really been doing so awesome. And I'm curious, in Australia, you know, is the paranormal, are people really that interested as they are here? Because here, I mean, there's a huge, you know, a huge following, and like I think it's growing of people being a little more open-minded about this type of thing, especially, you know, since a lot of people haven't had a lot to do in the past year. You know, we've been pretty much stuck at home. So I was curious if it was the same there.
It is very much so. Well, for example, we went to the premiere of The Conjuring 2 nights ago.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome, by the way. But anyway, the people that put it on was called Paranormal Project. Now, they're a Facebook group. There are a lot of Facebook groups here that go out and do investigations. You'd be amazed at how many people here, especially in Queensland and going down New South Wales, Victoria, there are a lot of teams, a lot of paranormal groups that are really now putting forth evidence.
Yeah, great evidence. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
That had to have been exciting that you went to the premiere of the new Conjuring, right? See, we don't even have the premiere here in the States until the 4th, I believe it is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we got it before you.
Yeah, you did. But y'all are before us anyways. So that's what I was trying to, you know, we were trying to figure out how to do this, because y'all are already before us. But yeah, y'all got the movie before us too. But yeah, there's a big, you know, everybody's so excited about seeing that for sure. But wow, absolutely. How exciting. Yeah. Well, good to know.
Very Hollywood, but good movie.
Good. Well, I mean, I love any paranormal show, of course, but I mean, I really, what I love so much about you guys is, you know, that what you capture is 100% real. And that is something that you put out there right from the beginning. Like, you know, that's part of your bio. And I really admire that, because there's so many different teams today that want to, you know, kind of, I don't know, not really put out their actual evidence, maybe kind of embellish it a little bit. I don't know what their intentions are by that, but, you know, I prefer what you guys are doing, you know, showing exactly what you catch, you know, and sometimes you can go, and I mean, like, sometimes you can't find anything. I mean, that happens, but boy, when you do, you know, it makes it even that much more exciting. So like, what is, okay, like if somebody is going to watch your show for like the first time, what episode would you recommend is like one of the best that y'all have done so far?
You can answer that one.
Okay, so there's a Majestic Theatre. Okay, now it's a what do you call them?
It's one of the only silent movie theatres left in the world.
Yeah.
It was built way back in the 1900s. Now, this place is extremely haunted. We've caught on camera the curtains moving in the green room, between the green room and the stage.
Mind you, there was no doors, no curtains, no windows, no doors, nothing open. It was dead still. And the curtain actually, on the static camera, I've cut you off, sorry, mate. Static camera, the curtain pulls open like this. It opens right up, and then it holds there for about 10, 15 seconds, and it comes back down, and then it does it about 2 or 3 times. Well, we went there on season 2, and it did it. It did it on season 1 too, the first time we did it there. So the first season, we did it there. The second season, we did it there. And then the third season, we've done a return there with Bilko and Ali, the radio presenters of the show that we do. And we took them, and it happened there as well, but better than any other capture. So if you want to see it, go to, on season 3, go to the Majestic Theatre and watch that one. It's the Return to Majestic Theatre, and you'll see the curtain there. Absolutely brilliant. So that was probably one of the best ones that we've got. But we've had a lot of different things happen, so...
That's awesome that you've been there 3 times and it happened all 3 times.
Yeah.
They're putting on a show for you. It's crazy though. Theaters are, there's a lot of theaters here that are very active. There's one here locally where I live that I would love to investigate. And, I've heard a lot of rumors that things like that happen, but theaters are very active. That I'll have to watch that one for sure. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what is?
I think definitely if we ever get over your way, we're coming to pay you a visit.
Yes, that would be awesome for sure. Oh, for sure. Okay, so I noticed like when I started watching you guys, I love this. I mean, I love going to cemetery. I mean, who doesn't love going to cemeteries that does this? So
they're very stable. Yeah.
When you are in that environment, and y'all have some awesome equipment that you work with too. I mean, you really have some really top-notch equipment. What would you say, like, to someone that's just doing this, maybe starting out, like, one of those type people? What would you say the one thing that, because it's really, they're expensive. This equipment can get really expensive. So what would you say the one thing that you would recommend getting first in your, like, if you were going to a cemetery or someplace like that?
Your mobile phone, straight up. Your mobile phone has more tools than you realise. So, your voice recorder on your mobile phone, that can pick up audio that our human ears can't hear. So you've automatically got an EVP recorder. So what you got to do is, obviously, if you're going to film it, if you're not going to film it, then you just use the one phone with your voice recorder. But if you're going to film it, then you're going to need another phone or a camera or something. But you just put your voice recorder down, you sit it on a flat surface somewhere, don't hold it, put it down somewhere, start asking questions, leave about 15 to 20 seconds between each question, and make sure you're in a quiet area. So if you're at a cemetery or something, make sure it's in a quiet spot. And then once you finish, record probably 5 minutes worth or something, hit stop, and then you put your headphones in, play it back, and then you could have something there. Right there is your number one tool straight away. So, and if you're going to get into it and you like what you're doing, first thing you could probably invest in is a K2 meter, an EMF detector. They're about, I don't know about US dollars, but roughs are about 40.
Yeah, ranging anywhere from about $35 up to about 100, which is a little bit less for you guys.
I'll